this morning. Wow, I'm so nervous and I'm so excited. So if I faint, just stand me up and I'll start again. So good morning, everybody, and I want to welcome and thank you for being here at the grand opening of the Makery, where science, technology, and art meet. We're here to celebrate a very special event for Solano County, our library system, and the John F. Kennedy Library here in Vallejo. This is definitely a day of celebration and a day to thank all of those who have brought it about. I'd also like to thank the following people that are in attendance. Solano County Supervisor for District 2, Monica Brown. Katie Meisner, Vallejo City Council Member. Nancy Houston, Assistant County Administrator. Deputy Director of the Library, Bonnie Katz.
She's the director.
I'm sorry, I apologize. It's okay. I'm getting all over here. See,
Thank you, I'm there for that. It's okay.
Director of the Library, Bonnie Katz. Assistant Director, Susanna Lowski. Deputy Director for Support Services, Nancy Wilson. Jess, Deputy Director for Public Services, I'd also like to introduce Lisa Regala, who is the Deputy Director for the Center for Childhood Creativity. I never can say that. And Pamela Van Halsema, who is the Library Makerspace Project Lead for the Center. So at this time, I'd like to ask Supervisor Brown to say a few words. She brings a distinguished 39-year career as a classroom teacher with her up here, so thank you.
Thank you. That's so sweet. Okay, so anybody who gets up and stands up and says I'm going to be short. Okay, so I'll try. So here we go. So yes, so I did teach school for 39 years. I was also a trustee at Solano Community College. And yes, I have 2 pairs of glasses because I refuse to get bifocals. So just deal with it. These just came in the mail yesterday, so I'm trying to figure out how to have the granny look with technically not being a granny because my kids are still too young, I keep telling them. So anyway, first off, I want to thank all the taxpayers who supported Measure P and Measure Q. Excuse me, wrong one. Measure B and Measure L. Okay. Sorry, my bad. Because without that, we would not even be able to have our libraries open. And most of our libraries are open 7 days a week. And so we meet everybody. Libraries are safe. You have computers. So way back when in the dark ages, right? Those of us who remember the card catalog and all of that kind of stuff. But what brings us here today is something that we have at Solano. And what I'm hoping is that all of our constituents will have an opportunity to look at some items here and say, hey, I would like to be able to do this. I would like to be able to do that. So at the community college, we do have a go ahead, maker my day kind of thing. So we offer certificates, and so that way when you are on your website and you're creating, you can say, well, I got a certificate from the college and I got what I needed because I came to a public library and got what I needed. So on that note, thank you. Education is the key. Though I taught math, I know reading is important. And so thank you all for coming. And in my next life, I'm going to be a dolphin, but then a butterfly. So hey, it's good. So thank you all for being here.
Next, I'd like to introduce you to Pamela Van Halsema. We extend our utmost thanks and unending gratitude for the guidance and support the folks at the Center for Childhood Creativity and the California State Library have given us during this grant process. Your efforts have made this makerspace a reality. So come on up, Pamela.
I'm delighted. Thank you, Lori, and thank you, Amelia, and thank you, Bonnie, and all the rest of you from Vallejo. You know, my colleague Lisa Regala and I, a year and a half ago, set out on this journey, and we received applications from libraries all over the state of California in this partnership between the California State Library and the Center for Childhood Creativity, which is at the Bay Area Discovery Museum. Look, how many of you have been to the Bay Area Discovery Museum and know that it's just on the north end of the Golden Gate Bridge? It's truly amazing space where we really dig into what it means to be creative and to play while we learn. And we do it there with little children, but we believe that that's something that we should do our whole life, to engage in tinkering and playing and exploring and always learning. And so why not have libraries be the space for that to happen? And it's so often that we're so busy as adults and as teens and growing up that we don't have the space and time for that. So we set out to find 10 libraries across the whole state that could be really considered under-resourced, whether they're serving a high-needs community or really don't have much in the way of financial or human resources to get this off the ground, but really displayed a desire for that, for their communities. And Vallejo was one of our 3 from Northern California, where clearly when we came and we sat and we talked to people here, people who work in this library, people who come to this library, others in the community who are creative and into science and into engineering and into all kinds of things, that so much potential. I know when after, I don't know how many of you were involved in the focus groups that we did here. Anybody?
Yeah.
So we left with our jaws dropped about the creative potential of Vallejo and how, like, whoa, something cool is going to happen here soon. We felt that. And by putting this resource in your public library and just shepherding a process, that's all we did. These guys deserve all the credit for what happened. Really, all we did. Your librarians here have helped us hone a process, and we're continuing to hone a process that we can then next summer publish in a publication and share, so other libraries, no matter if they're very rich or have almost nothing, can try to use this process to create a maker space that's truly unique for their community. And so if you look at what the other library, we have 3 in Northern California, 3 in Central, and 4 in Southern California. Every one of them is ending up with a completely different result. Because really at the center of what we're doing here is about thinking about the people who are going to use it, and then what purpose are we trying to serve. So that's what Lori and Amelia really focus on from the very beginning and continue to. So what that means for this space, for the Makery, is that it's only just beginning, and it will become what you want it to be. And it's going to rely on your continued investment and involvement in it, but we've learned that you've got so much potential here that the future looks very bright. It's going to bloom and grow, and it's going to become this unique resource. And I'm excited. So thank you so much for being part of us on this journey, and we're going to continue the next work to help these 2 and the rest of the team here to develop and grow, and then we're just going to watch and see what happens.
So about 20 months ago, this branch we hired a new circulation supervisor, Nikki Hyatt, a new supervising librarian, Amelia Vanderhyde, and a new branch manager, Lori Hancock. And when I say new, I mean new. We were all new to our positions, new to this branch, and new to the community. With the support from Solano, the library admin team, in just a few short months after she started her career with us, Amelia applied for and was awarded a multi-year grant to help Solano County build a makerspace here in Vallejo. So next day, great teams are built through challenge and adversity, and I'm so proud of the team that we've built so far. As the supervising team was beginning to learn how to work together, the summer reading challenge came upon us. We were flooded out of our work area. Oh, yeah. Our library was adopting the new RFID system, which is radio frequency ID for our materials. We were changing a model of how we do customer service to become more one desk model, and we were working hard to encourage more families to come into this branch. And then staff were being asked to learn about the maker movement, design thinking, logic models, prototype plans, and to think outside the box. Through it all, the people that work here on a daily basis continue to provide excellent customer service without skipping a beat, and that took a lot. Next, I would like to introduce Jessica Jupitus. She's the Deputy Director of Public Services here. She's been instrumental in providing encouragement and energy to help build a culture of innovation. We're a
Only 9 months. I have not been here the entire time. I'm Jessica Jeepjes, Deputy Director of Library Services for the public-facing stuff, and I, like Supervisor Brown, will be quick. Solano County Library has a mission to spark curiosity, to inspire creativity, and to champion learning, and that is exactly what the Makery is all about. I am curious about the dinosaurs, because usually when I think technology and art, I definitely think dinosaurs. You know, we've got a vinyl cutter, we like to make it fun. Libraries are places that are designed to be free and open to absolutely everyone, and make sure that people have access to things they might not otherwise have access to at home. So we have the advantage to welcome you in here, invite you to experiment and learn, and just have a good time. Not everything has to be to an end goal. Sometimes it's just a lot of fun to play with stuff. So thank you to everybody for showing up here today, and Lori and Amelia particularly, and everybody else that Lori already thanked by name, so I'm not going to. We look forward to seeing even more of you.
So looking behind me, oh, I'm going to get emotional, guys. If I cry, it's just looking behind me, I see the fruit of nearly 2 years of dreaming that grew into a clear vision with some amazing champions, Amelia and Lisa and Pamela, myself, the JFK team and the staff from other branches. They were willing participants to actually divide this monumental task into bite-sized pieces. So we're so grateful for the support from library admin. The message was clear. We can do this, but not alone. We can, as a community, build a makerspace where teens and adults can learn about technology and skills for the 21st century. So now I'd like to introduce Amelia Vanderheide.
Hi everyone, I'm Amelia Vanderheide and I'm the supervising librarian here at John F. Kennedy Library. So I'm actually going to talk a little bit more about what's inside this room. But before I do, I just want to say a couple quick thank yous that are my personal thank yous. I know Lori covered most of it. But you know, when I started writing this grant almost 2 years ago, I honestly had no idea how this was going to work out, no idea what this was going to look like. I was a brand new supervisor in a brand new city. You know, I just moved here, but I am committed to the idea of making and the idea of that the library provides not just traditional literacy, but also digital literacy, and helps bridge the gap in the community to bring 21st century citizens, you know, make everyone well-rounded. So, you know, this room has come together as an educational resource for all of Solano County, and I'm very excited about that. So I want to say a special thank you to Solano County Library Administration for fully supporting me and my team through this entire process. I want to say a thank you to Lori for believing in a starry-eyed brand new supervisor who had a lot of, maybe too many ideas and not enough plans. And I want to say thank you to my entire staff here at JFK. You know, they probably at the beginning were like, what is this person talking about? What does she want from us? And they've, you know, gone along with the plan. They've gone along with the training. Even if they had no idea what I was saying, they've been really supportive and just done amazing work, and so I want to say thank you to my entire staff. Alright, so I'm going to start talking about the fun stuff. So when I started to purchase things for this space, I wanted to think of it as an accessible space. Our primary goal is focused on teens and adults. And, you know, I'm a firm believer in learning through doing, you know, which is part of the maker movement. I believe in the process, not necessarily the product. So, you know, making sure that people are free to fail, people are free to explore their ideas, explore their creativity, and that's really what this space is all about. So we're going to be creating exciting new learning experiences. This means also exposing the community to technology they might not have access to in their schools or in their home. So we want to make sure that this is a space for everyone. So keeping that in mind, I wanted to choose things that didn't have a really high learning threshold, that you could just do some quick learning and get right on and start to explore and create. So inside this space, we have a 3D printer, of course. You'll see it running when you go inside. We have an Oculus virtual reality system. We have a vinyl cutter, so that's how those dinosaurs were created, as well as the gears and many other things that are in that space. We have video editing equipment, including a DSLR camera, which Sean is back there using right now. And we have editing software on the computers, audio editing and production. So we have a synthesizer, a drum machine, a keyboard, and pre-Sonos Sound One software in there. And then we have sewing machines, soldering irons, and many, many other just countless items for people to explore. You know, this community, like Pam was saying when we did those focus groups, really creative. Vallejo is a really creative place, and we wanted to emphasize the arts. The arts seems so important to this community, so there's a lot of that in this room. Going forward, we'll be hosting some guided learning experiences for all ages. For children, we're going to have some cool Maker Fridays in here where we do some stuff with the heat press, we do some stuff with the 3D printer. Sean's going to be doing video and audio editing classes in the fall, and we'll also have an entire teen Maker series in October on Saturdays that will be led by our teen librarian from the Springstown branch. So we're very excited. So keep up to date. Inside, I have a little sign-up sheet. If you leave your email, you can join our mailing list and get up to date with the newest programs that are coming. So I'm very excited, and that's all. Thanks, everyone.
Okay, so next on our agenda is the ribbon cutting ceremony, which will be followed by a tour of the makerspace. Our staff will be available. Staff, raise your hands. So staff will be available to answer questions and talk about different technology at each station. Sean Smith, the library associate who runs most of the training in the Makery, has crafted a short video for us to watch when we get inside. So come on up and we'll cut this ribbon. Yes, please, everybody do it. Anybody and everybody that wants to come on. Sean, are you going to be able to get a picture?
Yeah.
Bonnie, would you like to cut the ribbon?
Let's see.